Hello everyone, it's song and story time, and the theme today is cats. I haven't got my cat in here with me today, but I have got this cat. It's a funny looking cat, isn't it? He's a cat called Bagpuss. So Bagpuss was on the telly a really long time ago. You might have to ask your grandparents about Bagpuss. Anyway, Bagpuss is going to sit on my knee today while we sing our cat song. So we're going to practice making some cat noises. So what do cats say? Yes, they go meow. That's right. But we're going to practice two other sounds that cats make. So when cats are very happy and very chilled and very relaxed, they do a purring noise. And in musical bumps, this is how we do our purring noise, like this. So you need really relaxed lips for that, and you need to blow through your lips. And the other noise that cats make when they're really cross is a funny noise. It's a hissing noise, so they go sss. So those are our three cat noises: meow and sss. So this is a funny little song called Bought Me a Cat. I'm going to practice all those cat noises. Here we go. Bought me a cat, cat pleased me, fed my cat under yonder tree. Cat said fiddle-I-fee. Okay, so now after fiddle-I-fee, the cat says meow. Bought me a cat, cat pleased me, fed my cat under yonder tree. Cat said meow, meow, cat said fiddle-I-fee. Can you get the idea? Now we're going. Bought me a cat, cat pleased me, fed my cat under yonder tree. Cat said meow, meow, cat said fiddle-I-fee. And the last one is the cross cat. Bought me a cat, cat pleased me, fed my cat under yonder tree. Cat said cat said meow, meow, cat said fiddle-I-fee. There we go. It's quite fast, that one, so there's lots to think about with all those cat noises. Right, well done. I'm going to put Bagpuss down here, and here is our story today. Here's a story about a cat called Mr. Pusskins, and he looks quite cross, doesn't he? This is the story of a little girl called Emily and her dear cat, Mr. Pusskins. Emily adored Mr. Pusskins. Each morning she would invent fun games for Mr. Pusskins to play. In the afternoons she'd brush his long fur coat and tell him, "Oh, Mr. Pusskins, what a handsome boy you are. I do love you ever so much." And each night Emily would snuggle up in bed and read Mr. Pusskins a special story. But Mr. Pusskins never listened. The girl's constant babbling, blah-de-blah, blah, blah, bored his whiskers off. He wanted more than this dull life. So, one night, he left. He went places he wasn't meant to go. He did things he wasn't meant to do, and even made friends with the pesky cat gang. Life without Emily was such naughty fun. They're all going meow, meow, meow. But time passed and things changed. The rain fell and an icy wind blew. The things Mr. Pusskins wasn't supposed to do weren't fun anymore, and his new friends weren't really very nice. How lovely it would be to have someone to brush his fur and tell him how much they loved him. He felt all alone. Then down the grey streets fluttered a tatty old poster. It was a picture of Mr. Pusskins. He stared at the photo. What a bad-tempered cat he looked. Emily had given him everything a cat could ever dream of, but he had never been nice to her. How sorry he felt. Mr. Pusskins found a phone box. He dialed the number from the poster and waited anxiously. Someone answered. Meow, whimpered Mr. Pusskins in a very sad little voice. Mr. Pusskins, is that you? Oh, thank goodness, said Emily. Wait there, I'll come and get you. Mr. Pusskins sat patiently. Would Emily find him? Did she still love him? He waited and waited, but Emily didn't come. Then, from over the mountains, he heard a car. Mr. Pusskins' heart leapt. It was Emily. His dear Emily was coming for him. The car got nearer and nearer, and then brum, sped straight past. Meow, wailed Mr. Pusskins. Emily doesn't love me anymore. But then the car screeched to a halt and Emily jumped out. Mr. Pusskins, my beautiful Mr. Pusskins, she cried. I didn't recognise you. Emily scooped up her dear cat. At last they were together again. This is the end of the story of a little girl called Emily and her dear cat Mr. Pusskins. Mr. Pusskins adores Emily. Every evening he cuddles her and purrs gently while she reads to him. And now both Emily and Mr. Pusskins realise how lucky they are to have each other. Oh, the end. So that was a love story as well, like yesterday's. Yesterday's was about the gorillas, wasn't it? George and Sylvia. Today's is about Emily and Mr. Pusskins. So, stay safe and stay well, and like and share,